Welcome, Fade to Black breaking news for this Tuesday, September 26th, 2023. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. Help support the show. You know what to do. Get a Fade to Black T-shirt. We have two, and two ways to get them. The links are below. Everything is autographed and includes shipping. The links are below. Help support the show and what we do around here. We broadcast 4 days a week, sometimes 5. We broadcast 2 times a day, sometimes 3. Like today, I cut another show earlier today. I'll let you know about that. I was a guest on another show, and I'll keep you posted. All right, so get your T-shirts. The links are below. Let's get straight to it. Busy news day today. On this day in history, 1969. The Brady Bunch premiered on ABC. And the Brady Bunch house, the actual house, located in Studio City, California, right down the street, sold last week for $3.2 million. That's right. It was actually $2 million below the asking price. Yeah. I wish I could have bought it. It's pretty cool because $3.2 million is a bargain. On this day in 1969, here's your fader fact. The Eiffel Tower was supposed to be in Barcelona, as in Spain, but it was rejected by the city for being too ugly. Seriously. All right, let's get to the breaking news. The U.S. government and 17 states are suing Amazon in a landmark monopoly case reflecting years of allegations that the e-commerce giant abused its economic dominance and harmed fair competition. The lawsuit by the Federal Trade Commission and 17 attorneys general is very direct against Amazon, a company that started off, as you remember, selling books on the internet, but is now everything, creating a globe-spanning logistics network and becoming a powerhouse in other technologies such as cloud computing. The 172-page complaint says that Amazon unfairly promotes its own platform and services at the expense of third-party sellers who rely on the company's e-commerce marketplace for distribution. The states involved in the case are Connecticut, Delaware, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, New Jersey, New Hampshire, New Mexico, Nevada, New York, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, and Wisconsin. The suit makes Amazon the third tech giant after Google and Meta to be hit with sweeping U.S. government allegations that the company spent years violating federal antitrust laws. Wow, I'll keep you posted. NASA is asking U.S. industry for proposals to create a space tug for removing the International Space Station from orbit in the early 2030s. The agency plans to use a U.S. deorbit vehicle called a USDV to safely steer the International Space Station into Earth's atmosphere. Officials previously called this vehicle a space tug. If all goes according to NASA's plan, after the ISS program concludes, flights and commercial research will proceed on industry-led space stations, which are now in their early stages of development. USDV proposals are due on November 17th, and more details about the requirements are available at sam.gov. I actually went there and read all of the requirements. It's interesting reading. Go and check it out. All right. Archaeologists have recently discovered a previously unknown ancient language from an ancient tablet during excavations in Turkey. The site in Turkey's northern Koroum province. Has nothing to do with modern Turkey, by the way. It's not Turkish, but it was once the capital of the Hittite Empire during the late Bronze Age between 1650 and 1200 BC. Around 30,000 clay tablets have been found at the site to date. Most of the inscriptions record the extinct Hittite language, which is the oldest attested member of the Indo-European family. Other languages, such as Luwian and Palaic, are also represented at the site. Crazy news. All right, here we go. The trailer for the 7th season of Rick and Morty is now out. Adult Swim released the trailer yesterday, which contains new voice actors. The show's creator and lead voice actor, Justin Roiland, is no longer with the show. I reported on this about 6 months ago. In August of 2020, Roiland was arrested and charged with felony domestic battery and false imprisonment in Orange County, California, in connection with an alleged incident in January 2020 involving an unnamed woman he was reportedly dating at the time. Roiland was released on bail after pleading not guilty, and a pretrial hearing was scheduled for April 27th, 2023. Nobody, including myself and the rest of the world, did know about any of this until NBC News reported it back in January of this year. They were able to keep it all a secret. It was strange. 2 months later, in March of 2023, right? The criminal charges against Roiland were dismissed due to insufficient evidence, which for me didn't really matter. I haven't watched any Rick and Morty since January. I just can't do it. But I'll give the new version a look-see. Even cartoon characters deserve a second chance. All right. A rare 17.61 carat blue diamond named Blue Royale is expected to sell for more than $50 million at Christie's Geneva in November. The 17.61 carat Blue Royal is the largest internally flawless, fancy, vivid blue gem ever to appear for sale in auction history. I've seen the pictures. It's pretty incredible, but kind of expensive for a rock. All right. And while I'm on the subject of blue diamonds, by the way, a newly discovered electric blue tarantula is dazzling like a jewel. Some would even say a blue diamond. Researchers discovered the spider in the wild, living in the hollow of a mangrove tree. This is the first tarantula species ever found in a Thai mangrove forest. And that's a quote from Zookee's publisher, Pensoft, released in the statement. NASA's Perseverance rover is like a skilled Tesla. Yeah, like the Elon Musk car. All this going down on Mars. It recently achieved something amazing by using its smart navigation system to safely pass through a tricky part of the Martian terrain, setting a new record. The Auto Nav system, that's what it's called. That's capital A, capital N, Auto Nav. The Auto Nav system is like a clever GPS for the Perseverance rover and helped the rover avoid hidden rocks that the orbiter couldn't see. In late June, Perseverance ventured into the boulder-filled area known as Snowdrift Peak. It's from the eastern side, the approach. Initially, it stopped to examine 2 rocks, and then with AutoNav's guidance, it made its way through the rock field. When the rover finally left Snowdrift Peak in late July, it had covered a distance of a half a mile without human drivers. And that's nuts. On another planet. Think about that. And finally, I'll leave you with this. A flock of sheep near the town of Elmyros in Thessaly, Greece, broke into a greenhouse and devoured 600 pounds of pot, weed, marijuana. And it was the good stuff, too. The sheep were seeking refuge from flooding after an aftermath with the storm Daniel. In spite of the floodwaters, the sheep appeared to have found greener pastures. Really green. Yeah. Witnesses said that after consuming the Mary Jane, the sheep started jumping higher than goats. We all know that goats can jump, right? Farm owner Yanni Borenis said to a local radio producer, quote, "They found green stuff to eat and are jumping higher than goats, which never happens," end quote. Weed has been legal in Greece for medicinal purposes since 2017, and the country welcomed their first medical cannabis plants this year. But apparently not for humans. Nope. It was to create a new species of jumping jeep. Jumping sheep. Jumping jeep. A new species of jumping sheep. This is Fade to Black Breaking News, and that is all of the news that you need for this Tuesday, September 26th, 2023. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Fade to Black Breaking News is produced by Renee Newman. I'll see you later tonight. Go Backley Tappy.